partner for this program, which is an engineer's program, and very important day. My father also was a civil engineer himself, and I know the passion that he put into his work. He's constructed many mega projects, and he was a fantastic person. And I also wanted to be an engineer, but then I changed tracks in between and became a doctor. I'm enjoying that also. Uh, Whichever profession you are in, Mr. Ritesh Shelke, he told me I must talk about sugars and stress. I think whichever profession you are in, you can't escape from diabetes. I'm sure that somebody in your family or somebody you know closely or somebody here may be having diabetes. Most of you will know somebody with diabetes. So my task is to just give you an idea of what is diabetes. And diabetes is a state of high blood glucose levels, high sugar levels. If the fasting glucose is more than 126, we call it diabetes. Why should we treat diabetes? I don't want to destroy your evening, but I'll just tell you that it can affect various organ systems like the foot, the kidney, the liver, the heart. Amrita Kulkarni is here and she's part of our ophthalmology department, the eye. So it's important that everybody with diabetes looks at, the goal is not to just manage the sugar, that can easily be managed. The goal is to prevent complications and have a healthy life. What is the treatment of diabetes? Treatment of diabetes is diet and exercise. Majority of people with diabetes can be managed with diet and exercise. A small minority may require medicines and some of them may require even injection insulin. People are afraid of it, but if you require it, it's better to take it. Because the goal is not to control the sugar, to prevent complications. Now, in lifestyle, I'm going to talk about lifestyle, and our focus, our hospital's focus on lifestyle is one of the reasons that we started the Chalaram Ultra Wellness Clinic, which is actually a landmark. We are one of the nationally known centers in diabetes, and I'm sure that we'll be one of the internationally renowned centers for wellness also. So, lifestyle means controlling the diet. In general, it means eating less glucose, but also it means eating less carbs but eating a balanced meal. Enough protein, fats, fiber, and some carbs. The happiness of eating should be there. The variety of food should be there. The food should give you joy, but not so much joy that it gives you illness. So, balanced diet. Some people say eat 2 times a day, some people say eat within 15 minutes, some people say eat this, eat that. But the final answer is eat a balanced diet with all the various parts, carbohydrate, fat, protein, jo bhi hai, and also have fiber and feel happy about your food and have joy from within. Second is exercise. Now I stay in Bhavdan and many people and many Bhavdankars are my patient because I am an endocrinologist and the CEO. So when I go for a walk, sometimes I walk in this Lembi Chowk area, sometimes I walk in the necklace area. So I see many of my patients and I tell them, oh very good, you are walking. Sir, मुझे walking बहुत पसंद है. So I myself walk only 2 to 3 days a week. I don't walk every day. The reason is walking is a very good exercise. Everybody loves to do it. But walking isn't enough. You have to concentrate on the other parts of the body, especially if you have diabetes. If you walk, only the legs and the hips will drink glucose. But if you do an all-round exercise like strength training or yoga, your entire body will take glucose. Your body has what is called glucose control will be better because the hormone insulin works better. Also, exercise is one of the best methods to relieve stress. In fact, just yesterday while I was taking a morning walk, I saw a patient and she told me, Sir, mujhe the morning if I don't do my exercise, my whole day I cannot work. My whole brain doesn't work well. So exercise, even studies have shown that it can reduce the number of antidepressant doses in many people. So exercise, diet, sleep, very important. When you get up in the morning, the sunlight hits your eye. That sunlight which hits the retina of your eye, it fires up the neurons to the brain. And then you see the world. But one thing it does, it allows you to know that it is daytime. And at night, when the lights are off, a hormone called melatonin comes and helps you to sleep. So, if your life is based on the not, then it's trouble. For example, the mobile blue screen that we have, it gives you stress. You don't know, you can't sleep because of it. So I think mobile use restriction at night very important. Very difficult, but very important. The second thing I found is people who get up on the same time every day are able to sleep at night. So if you set a time, there's a concept called the 5 a.m. club. You get up at 5 a.m. every day, you go to sleep, you'll end up going to sleep at the same time. The third thing is avoiding stimulants like caffeine at night. If you take caffeine at night or in the evening, you cannot sleep. I love coffee, but I try to take it in the morning. So, stress does many things to your body. For example, once many years ago, I was watching an IPL match. And when I was watching the IPL match, there were sixers and sixers and sixers. I suddenly felt hungry. I went to the refrigerator at night, opened the refrigerator, there was some rasgulla there. I didn't finish only the rasgulla, I also finished the juice of the rasgulla. So, stress releases stress hormones. These stress hormones increase hunger, and these put on help you to actually destroy your health because it helps you to put on unnecessary weight which is not needed. So this is called the signs of the midnight snack. Stressful events at night are going to drive hunger. So getting up on time, sleeping on time is important. If you take caffeine and if you have a sweet at night, what it does is that it tells your body a different clock. Remember, every cell in your body has a clock. Your eyes have a clock, your liver has a clock, your pancreas has a clock, your muscle has a clock, your brain has a clock. Supposing I am eating at midnight one pastry or a rasgulla, my brain is telling me it's time to sleep because it is night. But my stomach is telling me, no, abhi to savera hai because food has just gone and I am starting my work. This discordance between the brain and the gut actually drives diseases like diabetes. Same thing if you take caffeine at night. Your brain doesn't know if it is day or night because it's getting stimulated. So these are all things that induce what is called social jet lag. You must have seen your relative from America landing up and sleeping for 2 days because when it is day in India, it is night in America. But you are inducing a similar situation by taking caffeine and not. So diet, exercise, sleep, and reduction of stress. Reduction of stress alone is not easy because stress is very important. Stress is like, I think engineers will know, it's pressure that you put. If you put pressure on a stick, you can either bend it or it will break. So similarly, it's a pressure on your system. How to manage it? It's not easy. So one thing, few things you can use to manage this, of course, diet control, exercise, stopping smoking, stopping caffeine, sleeping well, all these are important. But the most important thing is trying to understand and see the world for what it is. If you listen to our Upanishads, they say that there are two forms of knowledge. In one of the Upanishads, one person asks, what is that knowledge that if you get that knowledge, you don't need to study anything. They ask what is the knowledge. So the guru replies that knowledge there are two types of knowledge. One knowledge is Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda, then Shiksha, Jyotisham, and all these things. Those are the routine Vedas. Those are the routine things. In fact, if you see, engineering, medicine, physics, chemistry, and all come under one of those Vedas. It comes under that. That is actually the lower form of knowledge. The higher form of knowledge is that which goes beyond that. That which looks at what is the divine consciousness within everybody, that which keeps the world alive, that is the underlying substratum of everything, which never lived, which never died. Once you know that, you will realize what am I worried about? I mean, we are worried about when my car will come, why my Blinkit order is getting late. I'm going to call them. This is not correct. My order has been cancelled and I'm losing the money. So many things that you're worried about day to day. But if you look at it holistically, you can have a good time like this. And children are singing, people are dancing, I heard my favorite song, Ye Dosti, which I heard in childhood. I remember as a child, I loved the song so much that my father bought an entire record player he bought one day, along with the Sholay disc he bought and made me listen to it, and I won't forget that day. So life can be fantastic. You can have fun, you can enjoy, and you can have a good time like this. You often wonder why, at the same time, sorrow, you have war, you have suffering, people are fighting with each other, people are arguing with each other. And why all this is going on? This is because the whole world needs a better to understand that there is a deeper truth. And I think that ultimately that is the only thing that will help you to resolve all the stress and be at peace. Everything else is the other knowledge, which day to day, I need to be a good doctor to work, you need to be a good engineer to work, you may need to be a good accounts person to handle accounts. So you may be doing your work, and that karma, you will get the reward for that. The good work you do, you will get the reward. That is not enough. We all have to aspire for a deeper understanding. Am I such a person? No. Don't do what I do what I say. I'm also like you, searching for the ultimate truth. But I'm sure that everything begins with a search. If you're not even searching, we will not find it. So on that note, wishing you all a happy search for the deeper meaning in life. Reduce your stress.